Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, aka the Zodiac Brave Story, aka the guys, instead of the girls now, wandering around in the cold without as many clothes on as they should probably be wearing. I am the MysteriousJG, and last time I believe we may have circled around the long way back to the Galmore Jungle. But we're going to find out for sure right now. Because that sure feels like the intro screen for this place. If you were to come here from the Galmore Jungle. And sure enough, that's what it is. Okay, so, for the record, what we did is we left the wrong way. And once I realized that, hey, this is pretty clearly not where we're meant to be going. Instead of just going, I explored. And as it turns out, I explored in exactly the wrong direction. Like exactly the wrong order. By taking this exit as late as possible and then exploring around in the south here, I put off finding our way out of here about as long as we possibly could. Because really, if you came to the wrong screen and then went, like you came here from the south to the Feywood instead of going the way you're supposed to, not that you can't really be blamed for picking the wrong direction here. Matter of fact, I intentionally looked at the world map and said, oh, our next objective is far to the east, so let's take the southern entrance to maximize the chance that we see other stuff out of order for fun. But yeah, if I had taken this entrance rather than, say, this entrance, or rather than exploring all this, it would have gotten us back on track fairly quickly. As it is, we're going to finish exploring the Galmore Jungle, which shouldn't take too long. And then we're going to make our way to here, the Frozen Brook, in the hopes that that will lead us down to the other part of Silverflow's End, which I suspect it might. In whether it does or does not, we're then going to make our way back up to the northeast, which is where the story actually needs us to go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Van or Vaughn or Vane or Rune or blah, 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 it's a really bad idea to have a main character named Van, and a main villain named Vane. That was just a very bad idea. But, yeah, him with the Francisca pretty much just wrecking everything. I was about to say nothing taking more than one hit to kill. I was literally just about to say that, and then something took more than one hit to kill. There's a tree ant. I guess I'll leave it alone. We just need to make sure that we take the other path back when we're returning. Oh, he didn't. Must not have had bravery applied when he whacked that thing that actually survived a hit. We got a black belt. Too bad I wasn't a black belt demon, huh? Woohoo! Wouldn't mind having her in my party. Wouldn't kick her out of bed for throwing bears. Yeah. The key to successful LPing. Perving on fictional women. Or in her case, girls. They pretty clearly made. There were various characters in that game who appeared to be, you know, very young, let's say. And yeah, Black Belt Demon and Nigel, definitely amongst them. Oh man, I bet there's really cool stuff down that path if we were just a little more sure of our footing. Because I have like no reason to suspect anything interesting is going to come from... Oh, never mind, we missed a story scene. For all I know, Larsa leaves us at this point. That seems unlikely. they wouldn't do that here, because it seems like it's possible to completely avoid this one. Wow. Boss battle of some kind? So it appeared to be an optional boss, because we were able to completely bypass this. Well, I'm glad I saved in case we don't get a chance to steal from this thing. Interesting. Let's get as many people as possible stealing from it. As long as we can steal from it before we kill it. I kind of doubt we're going to be allowed to poach it. Well, we stole a phase stone from it. I guess it's time to just start beating shit up now. Oh, the tree ants are actually hostile to us for a change. See what kind of interesting magics we can do. Maybe slow down the Elder Worm. Now Van fell asleep. Prevents things from being all that interesting. Doesn't look like Toxify helped with much of anything. Doesn't look like I don't feel like using an item to wake Van up, so I'll just have my wimpiest guy hit him. Get rid of the other tree ant. Oh, he's going for something fancy. He can't already be defeated, can he? Oh, he just put a whole bunch of nasty stuff on, put a whole bunch of nasty, status ailments on, Van here. Yeah, I'm assuming we have 999, Oh, you had poison. I probably shouldn't have used that, but, we've got Blinda? Nope. You do. You also have poisonous. So I really kind of wasted, oh, what the hell, Van. We had 99. Who cares? So I guess this is an optional boss fight. Oh, hold on. Alright, everybody who can should be trying to, just to see if it's possible to poach this thing. It's not usually possible to poach a boss. Oh, Lars is already doing something. They probably both were... I probably missed the message saying that you can't poach it. But we'll try again one more time. Never mind. No, we won't. Buddy, I was fine just leaving you alone. You attacked us. No moss growing on him. Actually, there's a lot of moss growing on him. So, kind of the opposite of no moss growing on him. Treasure chest is visible. Wonder if the treasure will make that battle have been worthwhile. Constantly changing pages, I think that's not a good thing to do. I'll try to put it off as a result of the fact that I've been sick. I didn't even press a button, it just went past the congratulations screen all on its own. Anyway, let's make sure we get that treasure chest that they made sure to show us. Gil? Really? Okay. Well, maybe when we come back there'll be a different treasure. Maybe that's it. This looks like that's the corpse of the Elder Wyrm. I feel bad, buddy, but you know, I mean, you attacked us. Now we got another little room that could just be a boss room. If anybody feels like it, they could look it up and let me know, but I'm thinking based on the fact that we navigated our way into that room from the opposite direction of the one I would think you'd come to it from, that was probably an optional boss. I'm going to save on a different slot in case I come across something like, oh, by the way, don't forget, your ultimate chance to steal the most important item in the entire game comes during this battle, but you have to have Thief's Glove and equipped, and you have to beat the boss with with an odd number on your timer, and you have to use only magic, or whatever the hell kind of crazy bullshit this game would throw at you. We have no idea that there's a special rule in place, but there is. Well, what do you know? We got more of the, like, crazy bunny ladies. They're crazy. It's a wood warder. It is several years now since such as you began passing through the wood on Wyrm. Some sought only to flee their pursuers, but others there were who thought to bring ruin to the wood. This wakened in Wyrm's deep disquiet. That she should see this and leave the wood surprises me little. Well, wait a minute. Maybe she said something different if we talked to her before fighting that monster, but what about the refugees, which are at Mount Wyrm? Have them, those Hibernian fellers helping them out. Yeah, whatever. Alright. So in my efforts to kind of do things out of sequence and just see if we could find interesting loots and treasures, we almost avoided a boss. Which would have been unfortunate, because you'd hate to miss an optional boss. Though I suppose had I done things in the proper order, I would be wondering if that boss was optional or not. Because I would have been, later on, I would have been like, wait a second, could you come this whole way and never fight that boss? Now we know you can. I suppose there's a chance that you come somewhere and there's an Imperial Guard standing at a path, so that it's red and the Imperial Guard says, "Oh, we're doing an evaluation of this area. You can't come in," and they disappear if you only if you fight that one boss. It says, "We're evaluating this area. Hint: take care of this one boss, and we'll be done with our evaluation." For no reason. All right. Sorry. What I meant to say was... See if that treasure chest came back. If it didn't, some treasure chests are one-time treasure chests, and it looks like that treasure chest was a one-time treasure chest, and always just contained gold. Because up to this point, at least in the Zodiac Age version, the one-time only treasure chests that don't respawn usually have something better in them than gold. Or it could just be a treasure chest that doesn't spawn every time. Forget it. What the hell do I care? Okay, we just got to bear left to make sure that we take the path that we didn't take before. And then I got to consider whether, once Balthier levels up, do I want to switch back to the girls? I switched to the boys because I caught myself commenting on Ash's butt, and I was like, I'm not usually the one, despite having Let's Played Rumble Roses, and having used Rumble Roses XX for various announcement videos over the years, I'm not usually the one LP whose commentary spends a lot of time reflecting on, you know, the body parts of these fictional female characters. So I feel a little bad. That being said, just as it happens, the way that I've split the jobs between these guys, I mean, I went to GameFAQs, and I'm not going to lie, I actually read up on here's a couple of combinations of job classes that work out fairly well, and just went with one without doing tons of analysis. But not that much work into figuring out, okay, which character should have each. So the fact that both the male and female parties, which I've tended to just kind of split time between, are both kind of seemingly pretty balanced, that's handy, but I could have fairly easily have given, like, without having planned it out too carefully, Balthier as a red mage is kind of the healer for the guys. He could have easily set it up so that I had 2 healers in my all-female party and no healer in my all-male party, or whatever. Sacred Mountain Gagazette. Yeah, Sacred Mountain Gagazette, as he says. For some reason, one of the 2 guys is Irish, the other one wasn't. Yeah, and this guy likes to help people up the mountain because he's just a good dude who feels like he owes something to the Kilthias. The Kilthias appear to be Humes. Like, so far, every time we come across some strange, previously unmentioned group with a strange fantasy name, they're some kind of fantasy race. But this looks just to be a group of what this game calls Humes, which are just, you know, humanoid dudes, pretty much. All right, let's try to get through this pretty quickly. I don't want to. Oh, damn it, JG! That was entirely your fault. We'll let Larsa gradually cure us of the blindness that I brought upon us. But, yeah, I'm using frame skip, and not frame skip, well, it is frame skip, essentially. I'm using the game's built-in frame skip for this HD remake to try to avoid something that seems to be coming, which is an entire, fairly lengthy play session on my part, where I had intended to get plot accomplished and never got to plot. Once again, the bangle causing me to have horrible flashbacks to Final Fantasy XIII and the Iron Bangle, which we'll never, ever be able to obtain. Unless I just play the game over from the beginning. Which I'm not going to do. Hey. It's an acolyte. Damn! The steel shrine of Miriam ahead has been warded by His Grace the Grand Kiltias. You must first go to Mount Baramaces if you wish passage there. Okay, so they... Glad neither of you guys took the thing. Everywhere you go in Evil East there is war. Only on Mount Baramaces do we refugees find peace. We're gonna build a beautiful wall to keep you out. If you go to Mount Baramaces, you go the wrong way. Head southeast out the slope, then to the north. I've lost my way too many times here. So they're trying to tell us, stop coming this way, this is the wrong way. But I'm kind of curious as to at what point they force us to turn around. It's pretty obvious from the dialogue that once we go to Mount Baramases, we'll have some kind of plot reason we have to come here. Which means it's really kind of just prolonging the inevitable to keep messing around with this. But I do, to the extent possible, like to try to explore games out of order. It's fun. The games that let you do that, I always appreciate it when they give you some option to do that. Whoa! Hey, buddy! Okay, hit point wise and level wise, you're not as bad as you look, but dang. Look like things are about to get rough. He went down pretty fast. He seems to have no ability to hurt Van. Oh man, I hope we find another antidote soon, otherwise we won't be at maximum stock. See, this is a palette swap of an enemy that used to not attack us. Unless we attacked it. And that always... So Van can't do anything to these guys. It's going to be up to... Pretty much everyone else has some way to attack them. Yeah. You go with your bad self-blinding self. Hurry up and unblind us. We'll speed up time to make it easier. Cool. Oh, we got revive. So what is the difference between revive and is revive, instead of being a magic spell, it might turn out to be a technique or something? Yeah, it's a technique. Fully consume HP, reviving the HP of one KO'd ally. Everybody except Penelo can do it. I guess it would be something to do if your white mage was down and you really wanted to bring them back. I don't know, it doesn't seem that useful in most cases. Oh, okay, so we did kind of make our way down here in the fullness of time. Putting off until the very end the thing that the game wanted us to do first. I mean, you're a little more dangerous when you start out with Protect applied, but it's really not that big of a deal. Not 100% sure what set this guy off before. I think... Oh. If you cast magic in the presence of one of these elementals, they turn hostile. Even if you're not casting it against them. And it's casting silence, which is a thing. Alright, Yeti. It's the Yeti! This is the insurance against Hulk Hogan's victory over the Giant, folks. I hope you understand that. And since Bobo the Vulture isn't watching, there's a very good chance that you don't understand that. Wait, that didn't make any sense. No, my thought process was, yeah, if Bobo's watching, there's at least one person who will understand that the Yeti is an insurance policy against Hulk Hogan. But the fact that Bobo isn't watching does not increase or decrease the odds that anyone else watching understands that, which is kind of what I implied. Yeah, Bobo not watching this series. He's watching... The only thing I'm doing right now that he's watching is Red Dead Redemption. So, I guess this is where I have to say all my anti-Bobo propaganda. Of which I have so much. Alright, waiting for the game to turn me around and say, okay, you've gone everywhere you can go. Now get back to the northeast corner of this zone where the story wants you to go. Not sure when the game is going to tell us that, but it has not so far. Now, I've been talking about how I like it when it gives you freedom of movement, and now I seem to be complaining about the same thing. Okay, 6 fluted pole, surely not as good as that. We just got a glacial staff. Which apparently we already had one because it's not showing up at the bottom of the inventory of weapons. Or weapons. Staffs will increase your magic power but decrease your attack. It also takes your evade down. You know what? Forget it. Yeah, it really isn't as good. I suppose what I didn't check to see is if it increases... no. I don't see... It's element none. There's nothing where, like, your cold elemental magic gets stronger when you use it. This is looking suspiciously like a place where we will not be allowed to advance. Don't look at it, Miriam. Don't look. Ah. Tourmaline ring. I feel like we already had one of those. What do they do? Well, we must already have one because, again, it's not at the... Oh, yeah, we already had 6. Forget it. Not a bad accessory, but it is one that you can buy, and we'd already bought as many as you can. Or as many as we would ever need. This might be it. It might be just like there's something we gotta... Some mystical event has to happen before we enter this zone. We got another of the same. The NPCs tried to turn us back. Oh, it's so cold I can't put my feet in there. Ooh. Oh, similarly, this is very cold. Ooh. Alright, let's skip ahead a bit. Battle harness. Kinky. Not sure what a battle harness is. Maybe it's, oh. Counter with weapon in hand. Not a terrible accessory, I would think. Except that this game has the confusion status effect, so you'll sometimes do that to your allies. But is this where the game is going to tell me turn the fuck around? There has to come a point where they make us go to the plot scene. I mean, earlier in the game, it would have been the sheer laziness of Imperial Guard won't let you... Like, you can't get to the Wraithwall's tomb without the plot telling you to go there, because until you've done all the necessary story scenes, Imperial Guards will simply just show up and be like, hey, we're, doing stuff here, you can't come in. And that's it. We won't have that anymore, but there must be some reason we can't just go in and conquer this dungeon without being told by the game why we're going here. Graceful and merciful Father guide you. Through him alone you walk the true path. Wyrm. Only by the will of Grand Kiltius may the seal in these doors be broken. To the north rises Holy Mount Parameses. There may you find him. Yep, that's what it is. Can't go through this door. Okay. This place is warded by Grand Kiltius Anastasis. For leave to enter, seek an audience with his grace on Mount Parameses. Haven't I after telling you that already? You great Aegis. Is this where I finally break down and use a teleport crystal? It actually wouldn't save us any effort. So, for once, I'm finally actually considering it, and it's not actually a good time to do it. So, we're going to call it a video. When we come back, we're going to actually go where the story wants us to go. Because at this point, other than dicking around with, well, what if I go up from here instead of right from here, when they're clearly connected to the same place, we've pretty much run out of places to go other than where the story wants us to go. But, you know, it was fun while it lasted. I think so anyway. You may disagree, and you may have stopped watching the LP 2 videos ago as a result. I'm MysteriousJG. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you join me next time as we get back to the plot. Bye-bye.